I'm fixing it. Good evening. Welcome to another preview for the Nascar Oriley'S Auto Parts series. We're going to look at the Focused Health 250 tonight. Find out, kind of give you the schedule of events for the weekend, and then some quick news and notes, maybe a prediction for who I think to watch for the weekend. So we're going to crank up. This is be run at the Circuit of the Americas, otherwise known as COTA, down in Austin, Texas. It is Friday, 2/27, February 27th. We're going to do practice at 5 p.m. You can tune into it on the CW app. At 6:05, we're going to do qualifying. That, again, will be on the CW app. Some CW channels might broadcast it, but for sure it'll be on the app. I would just say if you're going to try to watch it on the regular CW channel, go ahead and just look for it and see. So then once we get all that done, and qualifying is done in groups on the road courses, not single car qualifying. They go out in groups. So group 1 and group 2, and then whoever has the fastest times obviously sets the lineup. Group 2 is normally the place you want to be. For some, it just seems to work out better that way. Road courses are a little different, but normally it still works out. And to be in group 2, it's based on points, finishing the previous races, things like that. There's a little metric NASCAR uses to say what group you're going to be in. So in group number 1 is going to be cars that had a worse finish or are lower in the point standings. And group 2 is going to be drivers that are higher in the point standings and had better race finishes in the past race. So after qualifying and the lineups all set, we'll jump on to Saturday, 2/28 at 3 p.m. The race is going to be on the CW network. Again, I'm pretty sure you can catch it on the app also. This is a, let me see, what is this one? This one's 65 laps. This is a 2.4 mile course in Austin. It used to be 3.5 miles, but they've cut it back. They've made it a shorter course now. So you go Saturday at 3 p.m. is the race. Like I said, it's 20 for the first stage, 20 for the second stage, and 25 for the third stage. And people to watch in this, the battle everybody's looking forward to is between Connor Zilisch and Shane Van Gisbergen. Both of them extremely talented road course racers. Shane Van Gisbergen came over from the Australian Supercar Series a couple years ago, where he used to win multiple championships over there. Now he's over here trying his hand at NASCAR, and he has won in the Cup Series. He's been pretty dominant on the road courses. I'll get into that in my Cup Series preview. But Connor Zilisch is really good. Young, hungry, and a super talented road course driver for sure. And he's good on the ovals too. So those are the two I'm watching out for this week. That's where I would say smart money would be put on one of those two to win. One of the weird things this week is we finally get to see Brent Cruz, very talented youngster. Everybody's had their eye on him. This is going to be his first race he's been allowed to run in this year because he's not old enough to race on ovals that are 1.5 or 1.25 miles or bigger. And the first two races were a Daytona at 2.5 miles and Atlanta at 1.5. So he wasn't able to drive in those because he's only 17. He has to be 18 to drive on those tracks. But he can drive on road courses and short tracks. So I'm going to be really interested to see how he does. He has to wait till March 30th before he can race on all tracks. That's when he turns 18. So that's what we're looking at for the O'Reilly series. Like I said, watch Van Gisbergen, Connor Zilisch, and Brent Cruz. They would be the ones I would watch out for. just these guys are dominant on this style of racing. So hopefully everybody has a good evening, and we'll be dropping another one here in a little while for later on this week for the Cup Series preview and get a little more in depth. So y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next time.